Welcome back. So I'm just talking about my traumatic events. There's been so many, really. I don't know. I can't really count. But I'm trying to talk about the ones that I can think of anyways. The event that happened to me that caused my severe PTSD is the rape that happened to me. It wasn't just because of the rape, but it was much more than that. This person I wanted to be friends with only because he hung around two people that I went to boot camp with. His name was Darren and Richard were their names, and I really liked both of them. I'd known them since the beginning. They were very nice people, and so I trusted that they would only hang around with nice people, you know, and people that were trustable. So this guy, Barry, who apparently is dead now, well, anyway, a few months prior to that, he invited me to his room one day, and I went because I'm naive, and I was only in my, I was 24 years old, right? This was in 1995, and like I said, we're in an isolated posting way up in the Northwest Territories, where when you fly there, certain times of the year you can't fly back no matter what, because no planes are arriving and no planes are leaving because the weather's too dangerous, because it changed too quickly. And I was there for like half the summer and half of the winter, so 24 hours darkness to 24-hour daylight, basically half and half. Anyways, I went into his room this day about 2 months before I was ready to leave the Northwest Territories, and I went into the room and he was all happy and everything, and he was kidding around saying that he wanted to be friends. And then when he shut the door, I remember he went to his music box or whatever. He had a nice stereo set in his room, and he turned on the stereo, and then he looked over at me and he said, I'm going to rape you before you leave here, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. And I don't want to be your friend. I don't want anything to do with you. I just want to rape you and have sex with you, and that's all I care about. And I don't know how he found out, because I didn't tell him. I don't remember telling him that. But all I remember is I had these shivers going down my spine for that few seconds. I took 2 steps back, and I looked at him, and then he looked at me and he said, just kidding. And he smiled at me, and I remember exiting that door real quick. For the next month or so, I remember that I was paranoid and I was watching my back. And he was nowhere. He didn't talk to me. He didn't have anything to do with me. Neither did Richard or Darren. Although both of those boys I would trust with my life. I would hang out with them and they would never harm me. So they're both heavy drinkers, and so they drank a lot when they were there. But their hearts were just gold in my eyes. I don't think they knew that Barry said that to me. If they did, I wanted to believe that they wouldn't have allowed this to happen, or they would have somehow protected me. I didn't tell them. I wish I would have told them what Barry had said to me, that he was going to rape me. Anyways, because Barry was one of my bosses in my unit, I really didn't think he was going to really hurt me. I mean, who would do something like that? But I was very sought after. I was one of the few single people in the, in that posting at that time, and you were forced to go to this 6-month tour. Everybody at least once in their career. In my career, as a computer operator, and so, I didn't really have a choice about going there or not. So, and it's not that much fun there. All you do is drink and work and sleep, basically. And even if you're not into drinking or an alcoholic, you basically become one, because it's the only thing to do. And booze is really cheap. There's like a friggin' quarter a drink or something. So, anyway, I was nice to everybody, friendly to everyone. about a month and a half later, he did rape me. And it was early in the morning, and I thought if I stayed up till everybody went to bed, that I would be safe. But I had a feeling somebody was following me, and somebody put something in my drink. Because all I remember is I couldn't walk, and I was staggering. And I had been drinking for months and years, and I've never felt like this before. And I'd left my drink alone many times while I went on the dance floor. It was a small bar, you know, and I thought I was paying attention to everything. Never saw Barry ever that night in the dance room, but everybody went there that night. And so, anyways, when I went back to my room, he knocked on my door, and I couldn't see at that point. I'd lost my vision, and I wasn't able to move. I was like a rag doll, and he came in and said he was going to take care of me. So he used kindness on me, and then he took all my clothes off and said he put my pajamas on, tucked me into bed, and tucked himself in beside me. At which time I remember passing out, because I was close to passing out from whatever was put in my drink. And then he proceeded to rape me, or so he told. I don't remember it. I woke up in the morning, and I didn't feel any bodily fluids on me, and I didn't find anything anywhere, you know, no dry spots, no signs that he had raped me. But when I asked him what had happened, he said he did rape me, and that I liked it, and that he was glad he was, and he was going to tell everybody there, all the guys, that I was easy and really good in bed. Apparently, the technicians group, they all had this bet to see who could get me into the bedroom first and fuck me first. And so he thought he won, but drugging me, it doesn't count. That doesn't count. So, anyways, that's what gave me my severe post-traumatic stress disorder. 2 weeks after that, another boy named Ken tried to rape me. He pinned me down on the floor and held me down really strongly, started kissing my face and my neck, said that he wanted to have sex with me and that he didn't want to just be friends, because that's all I wanted, was to just be friends with him, and he said he couldn't do that. He wanted more, and I pushed him off. The reason why I'm really mad about the rape was because, not because he had sex with me. I mean, I was quite good looking back in that day, and I was blamed for dressing provocatively, and putting on nice perfume and makeup, and that's why they said I was so fuckable back then. It was my innocence that everybody craved, I guess, and my kindness, and maybe my smells, who knows. But I don't feel bad about that. I'm a woman, and women are supposed to dress up when they go out, so sorry guys, that's no excuse to rape a girl. It was because I was drugged and I couldn't fight back. That's what hurt me the most, because I know that if I wasn't, I'd have kicked the fuck out of him and pushed him off, and I would have got out of that room. So, yeah, you said that I have not be able to fight back, and that's why, because you knew you were going to drug me, so fuck you, asshole. Right. That was my biggest traumatic event. That happened to me back in 1995. Never been the same since. Innocence taken away. Bye.